Hey everyone, welcome to Craving Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Now in this video, I'm going to discuss a theory that I think is absolutely fantastic. This idea centers around Roman Bridger and specifically Scream 3. The question to consider is whether or not Roman had a secret sibling that we have been unaware of up to this point. Now remember the rules of a trilogy given by Randy. Forget what you know about the past. The past is not at rest. The third film is about going back to the beginning and discovering something that wasn't true from the get-go. So I'm about to share a theory that if it comes to pass in Scream 7, which is the third film for Radio Silence, so it's their trilogy, it will forever change how we watch Scream 3. Let's go!
Hi, this is Alan Robinson. I played Ghostface in Scream 2. You're watching Craven's Something Scary.
So I want to give a shout out to my good friend and faithful Cravenite supporter of this channel, JT, over at the Real Horror Syndicate. He shared this idea with me in a discussion we had recently, and man, it started getting my brain going into overdrive. So thank you, JT. Okay, now let's get into it. Now, for those of you who may not know, originally in the script for Scream 3, when Aaron Kruger and Wes Craven were both writing this script, essentially all day by day as they were filming and writing, the plan was Wes wanted Angelina Tyler to be Roman Bridger's girlfriend in the movie, and she was going to be revealed as the accomplice to Roman. There was two killers in Scream 3, and that was the plan. And that's how it was done. Now, the Weinsteins, as you guys know, interfered an incredible amount in this movie. So they said, okay, they basically said, hey, look, no, we don't want Angelina to be revealed as the second killer. And so Wes complied and did not reveal Angelina as the second killer. But when you watch Scream 3, it's very clear. As Wes filmed the movie, he filmed it with two killers. And I think it's amazing and it's awesome. He filmed the movie exactly as he wrote it. And he just didn't show her being revealed. But it didn't change the fact that there were two killers. When you watch the movie closely, pay very close attention, it's very clear. Now, I have videos on that. I break it down. You can see them on the channel where I go in much more detail. Now, ever since knowing that information, I've always held that, number one, that's the case, and I still do. But I never considered Angelina's relationship with Roman to be anything more than what it was, his girlfriend. Well, here's the theory. What if, what if Angelina is actually Roman's twin sister? What if it is Roman's sibling? Now think about it. They were basically the same age. It makes sense that they could be related. Remember the nature of what went down here with Rena Reynolds, Maureen Prescott, and the nature of how Roman was born, and all of those, secret things going on, and I can't talk about on YouTube, that were very bad that happened to her. It's not unreasonable to think that there could be a twin, or maybe not even a twin. What if it's a sibling from maybe there's a 2 or 3 year age difference? It's very possible. They're around the same age. So it's very possible that she could have had more than Roman back in those days at Sunrise Studios. So what if instead of being a girlfriend romantic relationship. It's a sibling relationship, and they were doing it together as brother and sister to get back at Sidney Prescott. They're both in the same boat. And that's why we see Roman do that very weak stab to the shoulder, and of course, dragging her body away from Gail and Jennifer Jolie, and which is Parker Posey, so they could see her body being taken away, apparently dead, but clearly, in my mind, not dead whatsoever. So I think this is a very plausible theory. I mean, when you think about Angelina, remember, she got the movie supposedly because she won the contest. She was picked out, from a contest of thousands of different people. Well, it makes a lot more sense if, of course, as Wes wrote it, if it was his girlfriend, same thing. But in this theory, if that's his sister, then of course she's got the shoe in to get the part. Makes sense. And all of the things that happen in that film all come together. And when you talk about an accomplice, right, what's the motivation for an accomplice? As you look through the Scream franchise and you see Billy and Stu, Mickey and Nancy Loomis, Charlie and Jill, Amber and Richie, and then, of course, the Baileys, and then even Jason and Greg. There's always an accomplice. There's always someone that's seemingly the mastermind leading it and one kind of following them. But when you get to Scream 3, you've got Roman, who clearly is the mastermind behind the events of Scream 1 as it's revealed in the finale. However, this movie is unique, I believe, because the accomplice here in this theory, if it was actually shown to be a sibling, this would be a situation where you have equality in the motive. So unlike the other ghost faces, where one person has a distinct motive, Billy, Nancy Loomis, Charlie. Well, Charlie and Amber kind of had equality as well, because they wanted to make that, they kind of had a mutual interest in making a new stab movie. So I'll give them that equality there too. We saw that. And the Baileys too. But when you look at the older movies, specifically the first 4 Wes Craven films, you clearly see that one of the killers has a motive. The other one's motive usually is to go along with the other person for other reasons, right? It's not a dual motive together. But if Angelina is indeed a sibling of Roman, you have a dual motive there in the first 4. And that just makes it interesting, because then when you rewatch the movie, you're seeing Angelina in these scenes where she's so suspicious. Right before the house explosion, you see her running off to the side from the group. All these things that indicate her involvement. And of course, the house set on the stage. I could go into all the details, but when you go back and rewatch it thinking she's a sibling, some of these things jump out at you, and you would view her very differently, because now you're looking at her as an equal to Roman in terms of motive and her agenda in the movie to get Sidney and why. So it's just an interesting theory. I think it's fun to think about, and again, it's just something to consider, right? It would go against Wes Craven's canon, because Wes's canon was written as her being his girlfriend, so it would break that. But again, we're just theorizing here. It's fun, and I hope you guys are enjoying the ride of theorizing. We got a lot of time before Scream 7 comes out. It hasn't even been announced yet. It'll happen in time, don't worry. But in the meantime, I want to know, what are your first thoughts about this idea? This theory that Angelina could not be Roman's girlfriend, as Wes Craven intended, but if the current writers were to change it to being his sister and actually brought her back in 7 and revealed that, and she finally tries to get revenge for Sidney for killing Roman. I want to know what your thoughts, ideas, and theories are about this. So start leaving your comments below right now, and we can discuss it together. Well, guys, that is going to be it for this update. But I'll be back soon with more Scream and other horror movie content. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, this is Craving Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Thanks for watching.